Next, we are going to see two terms. One is ecotone and the another one is edge effect. Ecotone means the transition zone between two ecosystems. Example, the border between forest and grasslands. Next one is edge effect. Those species found in the ecotone areas are due to the effect of environment of the two habitats, and this is called as edge effect. It's otherwise known as the transition zone effect. Here the example given here is owl in the ecotone area between the forest and the grassland. The next topic is biotic factors. The interaction among living organisms such as plants and animals are called as biotic factors, which may mark effects upon the vegetation. They are of two types, they may be direct and indirect. These biotic factors are classified into two types of interactions. They are positive interaction and negative interaction. First, we see what is positive interaction. When one or both the participating species are benefited, it is positive interaction. Example, mutualism and commensalism. First, here we see about mutualism. It is an interaction between two species of organisms in which both are benefited from the obligate association. Now we see some examples of mutualism. First, we see about nitrogen fixation. Here, Rhizobium is a bacteria which is formed in the leguminous plant's roots. These bacteria form nodules. They live symbiotically. This Rhizobium is a bacterium which obtains a food from the leguminous plants, and it in turn fixes atmospheric nitrogen into nitrate and make it available to the host plants. The other examples are, first one we see about the azolla. Azolla is a water fern. It fixes atmospheric nitrogen with the help of the Anabaena bacteria. This is sown in the rice field to fix atmospheric nitrogen. Anabaena present in coralloid roots of Cycas gymnosperm. And next one is Cyanobacterium nostoc, found in the thalloid body of Anthoceras. Next, the wasp present in the fruits of fig. Lichen is a mutual association of an algae and fungus. Next one is about mycorrhiza. Myco means fungus, rhiza means roots. The fungal association on the roots of terrestrial plants. Second positive interaction is commensalism. It is an interaction between two organisms. One is benefited and the other is neither benefited nor harmed. The species derives benefit is called as commensal, while the other species is called the host. The common examples of commensalism. They give a tabular column for positive interaction and negative interaction. First one is mutualism and commensalism. When you see the mutualism, both the partners are benefited. Example, lichens, mycorrhiza. Commensalism, one is benefited and the other is neither benefited nor harmed. Examples, orchids, lioness, etc. Then we come to the negative interaction. We have four types. One is predation, next one is parasitism, third one is competition, and fourth one is amensalism. First one is predation. One is benefited and another one is harmed. Example, Drosera, Nepenthes, etc. Parasitism, one is benefited and another one is harmed. Cuscuta, Duranta and Viscum, etc. When you come for the competition, here both are harmful. Example, grassland species. Amensalism, one is harmed and another is unaffected. Example, Penicillium and Staphylococcus. Now we see about epiphytes. Epiphytes are the plants which are growing on other plants without harming them. They are called as epiphytes. Epiphytes of higher plants get nutrients and water from the atmosphere with the help of hygroscopic roots. It has the possession of special spongy tissue called velamen tissue. It prepares its own food and does not depend on the host. It only lays on for the support and does not harm. Some examples: many orchids, ferns, linus, hanging mosses, peperomia, money plant, and Asnia. Asnia is a lichen. These are some of the examples of epiphytes. Next one is Spanish moss, Tillandsia, which grows on the bark of oak trees and pine trees. Next, we come to the next factor, biotic factor, negative interactions. Here, when one of the interactive species is benefited and another is harmed, it is called negative interaction. Example: predation, parasitism, competition, and amensalism. So, predation means it is an interaction between two species, one of which captures, kills, and eats up the other. The species which kills is called a predator, and the species which is killed is called a prey. The example: lion is a predator and deer is the prey. The predator is benefited while the prey is harmed. Now we come for the example of negative interactions, that is predation. Examples are insectivorous plants. A number of plants like Drosera, it's otherwise known as sundew plant, Nepenthes pitcher plant, Diania, it's otherwise known as Venus flytrap, Uticularia, bladderwort, and Saracina. They are the predators which consume insects and small animals for the food as a source of nitrogen. They are called as insectivorous plants. Next, there is about the herbivores. Some herbivores are predators: cattle, camel, goats, etc. They browse on tender shoots of herbs, shrubs, and trees. Annuals suffers more than the perennials. Grazing and browsing may cause remarkable changes in vegetation. Nearly 20% of all the insects are known as phytophagous. Phytophagous. What is phytophagous? Phytophagous means insects which feed on plant sap and other parts of plant. Many defense mechanisms are evolved to avoid the predation by plants. Examples: Calotropis produces highest, that is poisonous cardiac glycosides. Tobacco produces nicotine. Coffee produces caffeine. Cinchona plant produces quinine, which is used as a malarial drug, anti-malarial drug. Thorns of bougainvillea, spines of opuntia, and lacteals of cacti or also protect them from predators. The next topic is parasitism. What's a parasite? It's an interaction between two living organisms. That is, one is a smaller partner, that is a parasite. Another obtain foods from the larger partner, that is the host. Parasite species is benefited while the host species is harmed. Based on this, they are divided into two types: holoparasite and hemiparasites. The organisms which are dependent upon the host plants for the entire nutrition are called holoparasites. It's otherwise known as total parasites. They depend for both water and food on the other organisms. Example: Cuscuta is a total stem parasite, which is a host plant, Acacia duranta, and many other plants. Even they get the flower inducing hormone from its host plant, that is from Acacia. Then Balanophora orobanchi and Rafflesia, they are the total root parasite. They are found on the higher plants. Now we come to the next type, that is the hemiparasites. The organisms which derive only water and minerals from the host plant while synthesizing their own food by photosynthesis are called as hemiparasites. It's otherwise known as partial parasites. They depend only for water or the food. Example: Viscum and Loranthus are partial stem parasites. Santalum, the santal tree, it is a partial root parasite. How the parasites sit in the host. They produce a special type of organ that is called as the hostoria. It's a balloon-like structure which absorbs the nutrients from the vascular tissue of host plants. The next one is the competition. So we have completed the predation and parasitism. Now we are coming to the competition. The word itself we can understand. Competition is nothing but the fittest will be surviving. It's an interaction between two organisms or species in which both the organisms or species are harmed. Competition is classified into two types. One is intraspecific competition and the another one is interspecific competition. Intraspecific competition means that is between the same species. Here, competition is very severe for the food habits, habitat, pollination, etc. They also have similar adaptations to fulfill the needs. Next one is interspecific competition. Here it is between different individuals. So during drought, shortage of water occurs. The life and death competition starts among the different species of the grasslands. Different species of herbivores, larvae, and grasshopper they compete for fodder or forage plants. Trees, shrubs, herbs in a forest jungle, they compete for sunlight, water, and nutrients. The example, the Utricularia bladderwort competes with tiny fishes and small crustaceans and insects. Next one is amensalism. This is the last one. It is an interspecific interaction which one species is inhibited while the other species neither benefited nor harmed. So the inhibition is because of the presence of the secretion of certain chemicals called allelopathic substances. Amensalism is also called as antibiosis. Examples are Penicillium notatum. It's a fungus that produces an antibiotic penicillium. It inhibits the growth of various bacteria, especially Staphylococcus bacteria. Trichoderma, it inhibits the growth of fungus Aspergillus. Roots and hulls of black walnut juglans nigra secrete an alkaloid juglone which inhibit the growth of seedlings of apple, tomato, and alfalfa. Next, there is interspecific interactions are co-evolutionary dynamics. There are three types. One is mimicry, second one is myrmecophily, and third is co-evolution. Mimicry is the changing of appearance, structure, behavior, everything in order to defend from other animals. Floral mimicry is also there, animal mimicry is also there, two types. Floral mimicry is for usually inviting pollinators, but animal mimicry is only protective. Mimicry is a result of evolutionary significance. For example, the plant Ophrys, an orchid, the flower looks like a female insect to attract the male insect. They get pollinated by the male insect and it's otherwise called as floral mimicry. Coraceum morosus, stick insect or walking insect, it is a protective mimicry. Phyllium frondosum, leaf insect which sits on the leaf and it acts for the protection. It is an example for protective mimicry. Next one is myrmecophily. Sometimes ants take the food shelter from other trees like mango, lychee, jamun, acacia, etc. These ants act as the bodyguards of the plants against any distributing agents. In turn, provide food and shelter to these ants. This phenomenon is called as myrmecophily. Example, acacia and acacia ants. Next is co-evolution. The interaction between organisms when continuous for generations involves reciprocal changes in genetic and morphological characters, that is external characters of both organisms. This type of evolution is called coevolution. It's a kind of co-adaptation, mutual change among the interactive species. Example, corolla length and proboscis length of butterflies and moths, habenaria and moth, birds beak shape and flower shape and size. More examples, hornbills and birds of scrub jungles. Then some pollinia of Apocynaceae members and legs of some insects. So these are the examples of co-evolution. So we have seen that first one, the type in the biotic factor is about the interactions. We have seen positive and negative interactions, and next one we have seen about the types, that is among the parasites, two types we have seen, that is holoparasites and hemiparasites, and competition. And the last one is about the interspecific interactions. There are three types: mimicry, myrmecophily, and coevolution. Thank you.